Alchemist still.
Huh.
Very fun hero, and the reason for that, of course, is because of the Aghanim Scepter, which never come to be on the position 1, which is why I was kind of hoping it was paused.
It can be on a position 1 thing, but it's like you buy 6 items first, then you think about buying them for your teammates.
Yes.
I actually play Alchemist a little bit sometimes as a carry, and he feels fine right now. I mean, he's been getting buffs to Unstable Concoction. He gets movement speed when he charges it. The explosion can damage creeps, which is irrelevant, but he feels all right. And some of the things that SVG was talking about for big negatives from Spirit Vessel, Alk could always just farm a shard. And that gives you a secondary Dispel to remove that. So there's options there, certainly. It gives you movement speed now as well. I think he used to only give you regen attack speed.
What a boring shard, though. It's just, hey, here's another ult, basically.
Not quite the same, but yeah, still
close enough. There's a D-ward action coming to be here.
Oh, huge mistake. He should have scaled Grievel's Greed there. He would have got an extra 3
gold.
Oh,
yes, of course. Yeah, I think it's now been proven mathematically that it is just worse at level 1. So expect the Acid Spray to come. Although he's not leveling yet, so perhaps...
It's not very good for bounty runes. It gives you like 20 gold per bounty. It's just generally better to go Acid Spray because it gives you last hits and harass.
Yep, they're going to be forced out.
Because like if he wants to kill Boars, for example, and his ally support is going to slap Boars, drop the Acid Spray. It's going to get cleaned up. But I mean, Husky's going to lane against it with Chen, so you can take control of the Boars. Probably Beastmaster will just skill Axes instead, is what we're expecting to see.
Mm-hmm. And TSM did take 3 of the 4 bounty runes, by the way, knowing that Alchemist does not want to do anything at that stage. Wants to hold on to the Acid Spray, which again, he's holding the point. So we'll see what he ends up. I mean, yeah, it's still going to be Acid Spray. Not sure what the holding of the point was for, though.
Yeah, I mean, you're either going to use it or you're not. It's fine. Just think, what if he needs stun? That's like the only other.
Yeah, just as like a last ditch type of thing.
Yeah, like I'm going to die, but I don't want to get first blood, or maybe I could get first blood. I mean, the stun is definitely a little better. The mana cost is really low now. It's only 100 instead of like 120, so you can actually cast your spells a bit if you want. He's actually queuing up a Helm of Iron Will, so he's likely going to go for an Armlet build this game, which will give him lots of physical survivability. It will make it a lot harder to kill him.
So what are we thinking? Armlet, Blink, SNY, something like that, maybe BKB?
You need a farm item after the Armlet, or I like going like Bracer or Soul Ring. But and then I usually go Radiance because I think Radiance is fun. But most players think Radiance is still bad. So probably
Radiance
Armlet.
It felt like it's been deleted in this patch.
Yeah,
based on the changes.
Well, it's not the changes. It was bad before that. They actually buffed it. It gives you approximately 22.5 evasion. So instead of 17 from the past, the miss chance is only 10, but it gives you yourself evasion. So for you yourself, you are tankier. But people still prefer to go Battle Fury. So it's almost for sure, if he's going Helm of Iron Will, almost for sure going to be Armlet Battle Fury build.
Sounds good. Looking forward to that. As obviously the matchup here, Saberlight playing the Beastmaster. And so this is the thing that's interesting about 4 Zoomers. Obviously they pick these crazy heroes from time to time. Usually it's not Costa Bile. It'll be like that mid or off lane, as we've already seen several times in this series. This time it's all 3 of them essentially. But Husky playing Chen, kind of, I mean, he's a position 5 player, but Chen, it feels, I don't know. And on the other side, you have Z-Freak playing a Bane, which does not feel like a Z-Freak hero at all.
It doesn't, yeah. And when they do these kinds of heroes, sometimes I worry for them because what ends up happening is their 4 position kind of just ends up being a 5 later on. And they kind of lack support type stuff. But in typical Zoomer style, they do weird stuff. To try to get some laning advantages, and in this case they wanted to shift to Chen, give some push potential, gives them some counter against Beastmaster here. And this Hill Troll Priest in the safe lane has been quite effective so far. This is a that's like a really sick creep to take. 100 health every 10 seconds, and it gives a 15% heal amp aura. And that means you're basically giving your ally a tango every time you zap them. So plus their regen that they get is better as well, so it's kind of cool.
I don't really miss the old creep, I'm not going to lie. The heal that, what was it, 5 heal with no cooldown essentially? It did give mana regen, a lot of it.
It did, yeah. They moved that around to something else though.
Yeah.
Which is all for the best. Husky doing a little pullback here. In level 3 now. Now he's got 2 creeps, actually. Got the slow one. This is actually pretty good damage.
Yep, not too bad. It's like having mini Scotty to work with as Saberlight. Going to get chased out with that acid spray and whatnot. Still continuing to get some right clicks as Moomianer has to block the creeps.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate for Moon there. He's basically forced to do that to help keep Saberlight alive, then he also takes a lot of damage. Great trade so far by Husky. He's gotten great small camps, and the fact that he's been able to keep the small camp unblocked is the large reason why they've been doing good so far.
And we can be in the top lane here. What is that cosmetic by Tomato? We'll look at that in just a moment. As Bryle, very important discussion, of course. Is that from Aghanim's Labyrinth? Did you have to like complete all of them?
No, because then I would have this too. This is like similar to those other things you buy that you keep for a long time.
Yep.
Played a lot of Ag's Lab. It's that thing you buy for like hundreds of dollars that stays on all your heroes for a long time, for like months. You know,
from the Aghanim's Labyrinth.
No, it's Ag Lab themed, yes, but it is not up from Ag's Lab. Does that make sense?
What is it from then?
It's not, you don't get it from playing Ag's Lab. It's Ag's Lab themed.
Yes.
But it's a very expensive cosmetic that dropped from probably some set.
Is it a newer set though? That's my question.
It's not a set. It's like, it's on every, you can have it on like every hero.
You just said it was a set. Z-Freak is dead. That's first blood as we talk
You're
about
like
cosmetics again. TSM.
Intentionally asking shit questions. Like you refuse.
That's what makes it entertaining though. By the way, let's talk about Gunner, because I know a lot of people watching may have not seen the Gunner mid Snapfire before. What kind of an item build do you go on this hero?
Well, you get a blink and you get a shard and you blink kill people. It's pretty fun.
Like a shotgun blast to the face. It's great.
Exactly. Yes. Get that little pushback. Looks like Husky is likely dead. Oh, the mana burn.
Yeah. The blocks as well. Husky.
Z-Freak is here.
Z-Freak. Nightmare into the right clicks. And the Brain Sap to finish the job. And Saberlight ended up going down to Gunner. Where was that mid? Oh, it was in the jungle, looks like. Yes.
Oh, he used his ulti. Yeah, this is the best thing about Snapfire, without a doubt, is mid Snapfire. You get 6 really fast, you instantly gank a side lane. Nobody can stand up against Mortimer's Kisses, so huge kill there.
As we're going to see a replay, let's see. So
yeah, I mean, he's low, right? He's level 4, but he knows there's like nothing that Kostabila can do to kill him. And
just 2 procs needed.
Yeah, and then Gunner, the true homie, even canceled his ulti.
I was going to
Al could get the last hits. Like,
I definitely would not have done that. 100%.
But it's bonus gold. I mean, that's Greevil's greed money, dude. You gotta let him get those. It's very important. Oh, interesting. Alk actually locking his Helm of Iron Will.
Okay.
I don't know if he did this for fun or if he's just going to leave it where it is. I'm very interested.
Maybe it'll be just Tread's Battle Fury and then Armlet after that. As Moo.
Maybe.
Backtrack some of that damage. Tomato.
I mean, the armor does give him a lot of survivability. But if he's going Battle Fury, you could buy Ring of Health, which gives you not as much temporary survivability, but certainly just as good a regen. So if he doesn't go Armlet, it'll be a little surprise still. Maybe he's just confusing his Gunner gank top lane, though. Yep,
the Scatterblast goes out. The Cookie not going to connect, but the Nightmare sets things up, so they'll likely find this kill onto Dubu. Tomato actually gets clipped by that Scatterblast as well. Dubu is Dunzo. Gunner getting another kill to his name, and he's just going to TP back mid. So Gunner off to a very, very good start. But then his counterpart, the Coddle, is top net worth, which, again, we've seen this a few times this patch, of course. Very, very good hero mid in terms of the farm department.
Yes, and he already has Boots of Travel finished. He's queuing up his Spirit Vessel next because he wants to be the guy that helps counter Alchemist. And he will be very good at that. I mean, I talked about Shard as some solution, but Alk is going to have to rely on his ultimate for Dispel reasons. So you got to put a little pressure on him, make him pop his ulti, then you hit him with the Spirit Vessel and go for the kill.
Yep, looks like he bought a Soul Ring.
He's doing it.
It is a Radiance.
He's going to go Radiance.
Hell yeah.
I'm into this.
Okay. So, I mean, I'm guessing you don't go Manta these days, though, right?
God. Even when you did go Manta, that build still kind of sucked. It was the build.
It was good during its time.
Look, at the start when like Radiance Burn did full burn damage, sure. But there was some time periods where people would pick out carry and go like Radiance Manta, and
Octarine.
and then the illusions didn't get Greevil's Greed Gold anymore, and then you get an Octarine, and it's like, all right, whatever. You can like cheese and farm fast, but you don't actually fight well. That was the big lacking of that
but you
build.
Farm those items, then you sell them, and you get damage items later.
You're looking at an overly rosy view of that build.
Z-Freak looks to be mega dead here. Bryle's going to get credit for that one.
Just gets pushed around till he dies.
And Bryle still top net worth, despite there being an Alchemist. But of course, he doesn't have the farming item as of yet, which will be the Radiance, which excites me. So talk to me. What were the changes exactly? So you get the mischance.
Well, you can
the actual evasion being applied to you now. Obviously, the numbers nerfed slightly. As we have a roar onto Husky in the jungle, but the TPs are coming. You can see Snapfire ult from afar onto Bryle. This will be a huge kill for 4 Zoomers, and they'll find it. And all they do is trade the Chen. And now that's surrounding with the creeps. Centaur Stomp will likely come.
What a fight.
And that is going to be another kill going the way of 4 Zoomers. Double kill for Gunnar, who now is 4-0.
I think Husky was able to take over that Centaur Conqueror. That landed the stun on the Caudal, and with the ultimate from Gunnar, able to get the kill. That was a big engagement there. That's the first time Caudal rotates now with his high net worth, and it goes over to the enemy squad. So Costabile super happy with that. Anyways, you asked about the Radiance. You don't need a recipe anymore. It's the Talisman Evasion. So the item itself, Radiance, gives you 15% evasion. The mischance aura that Radiance provides goes from 17 to 10. So you get 15 evasion, 10 mischance on enemies. It equals about like 23% evasion.
We're going to see the first Chronosphere of the game. Gunnar comes in to finish the job. So he's getting all the kills this game, it feels like, for 4 Zoomers.
5 kills. What do you spend his money on?
Blink,
there is a blink. His blink is finished already.
Yeah, so Boot the Travel's queued up, which he should be able to get along with Shard in the next 5-6 minutes. 14 minutes faster than normal with that Blink Dagger purchase. Moon Meander is dead as well. Gunnar is crushing.
Moon Meander contested the rune. He lifted him and he threw him away, but he didn't use Fade Bolt, so Gunnar blinks forward afterwards because his blink was interrupted. Landed the stun, melee range, scatter blast, and cleans up. Yeah, Gunnar
despite this amazing start for Gunnar, you can see the net worth. They only have a 1K net worth lead, and that's with an Alchemist on the team. Obviously, again, doesn't have the farm item yet, but still. Usually you would have a bigger lead just having Alchemist by default, at least on an older patch. It's been a while since I've seen the hero.
I mean, he's got a lot of net worth if you compare his net worth to Tiny's. Tiny's got 76 last hits, 1 assist. He's 1,500 gold behind where Alk is right now. So can't say it's looking bad, except for him getting ganked here. That part does not look very fun.
Moon Meander gets the telekinesis off.
He's got Spirit Vessel.
Yeah, Spirit Vessel with that ult is going to basically nullify it. As you can see, Snapfire ult from the bottom tier 1. And yeah, the grip is there as well, so rotations have come in full force for 4 Zoomers. So they'll likely get this, well, maybe not, as Dubu healing up Bryle to a high degree. Z-Freak gets off the Brain Sap. Nether Blast, not enough to do much more as he falls shortly after, so it's a 2-for-1. As finally, Husky dies. 3-for-1 as Gunnar stuck here with Moo. Moo does not have Chronosphere. They better be careful. This could be a full team wipe in favor of TSM, but TP's coming in now. Moon Meander getting slowed by that time dilation. Alchemist really wants a kill to his name. Saberlight on the run. It's going to be close. Not able to get out.
Really close there. He's got time dilation and 2. Little scary for him,
but 2 seconds. Illuminate, and the right clicks will suffice. So staying around too long is Moo.
All right, ends up being pretty rough for Zoomers then. I mean, they killed Alchemist really easily. That was the first death on Gunnar. The Spirit Vessel did so much work in that fight. So really well done by Brawl, putting himself up to 4-1-4 at the moment. And they even have Tiny Farm in the area in case he needed to come over. So with that said, Costabile is got 3,600 gold. He will clean up this jungle a bit, but still a bit of time till he has Radiance. Ideally, you get Radiance at a good time, then you walk into one of these fights with your allies where it's like they partially commit, but you're also just there, hard to kill, dealing AoE damage. He's getting there, though. There's the Relic on the way. He'll farm a little faster.
I'm interested to see the stat of Radiance timing. It probably hasn't happened this patch. Probably no data to go off of, but we'll see.
Maybe somebody's picked Alchemist, but yeah.
Z-Freak is dead. It looks like the Scatter Blast was stolen from Moon Meander.
Yeah, you had that in the bot fight.
Cast time is very nice.
That's true. And it probably shoots farther range as well, actually.
Yep, most likely.
Almost Boots to travel for Snapfire, though. Either way, Gunnar's still done a great job creating space for a squad. They've got a mech on Chen as well, so better capabilities to help heal your allies. They don't have the heal amp aura. This used to be a combo. Chen plus Alk increases his regen. They will have an armor and regen aura later, but for now, just typical Deathball Chen type stuff, while Alk continues hitting creeps, and he's very close to Radiance now.
Yep, Rally is popped, but now stolen.
Oh, no.
Denied tower by Husky. Nicely done. Now he gets to play around with the rally. In terms of towers, I mean, that's maybe the big difference. 4Zoomers has yet to take out a tower, in fact. The top is still there. And then for TSM, they have 2 of the 3 tier 1s, and the bottom one is about to fall, it looks like. So that's basically the difference in the game in terms of the network discrepancy.
Yeah, it'll get a little bit better now because of the Radiance on Elk, but the fact that Caudle is ahead of Elk is a really bad thing.
44 seconds slower than average. 5 matches. Wow, that's...
But do keep in mind that, I don't know, the Helm of Iron Will was kind of a weird buy, in my opinion. He didn't really need the regen of the armor that badly.
He probably changed his mind. That is a lot of skeletons, by the way. How much damage do they have?
That's a 17. It's like 50 damage.
Wow. That's disgusting.
It is. Are they going to roach with this?
It's definitely possible.
He moved Iron Branch to his backpack. They're going to roach with this.
Oh, man.
Oh, the bird's flying over it. Oh, and they break too early. All right, they know.
They sure do, and they're TPing to the outpost as the skeletons are very slow.
It's got 50 damage, though.
Look at this line. They're not queuing up properly. Not very efficient movement from the skeletons. Oh, no. This is like being at the DMV, just never getting through. Very frustrating.
Very, very good by Saberlight to scout that with the Wild Hawk. I don't know if the bird was going to end up there ultimately, but it flew right over it at the perfect time when they went in. And yeah, that shuts that whole thing down. Back to jungling then.
I like how both, I mean, the Helm of the Dom on Beastmaster, obviously Chen's ability to just take creeps. Everybody's just looking for the troll summon. Just constantly.
Yeah.
That's the main creep now.
I like that Husky also has the Hill Troll Priest. The one they used in the laning stage, 15% heal amp. So good with mech.
Yeah.
It's like a free Holy Locket. And it heals Alchemist too.
Z-Freak, wasn't able to cancel the Blink Dagger, but Kostabiel is going to lift through the combo. And now Tomato's going to pay the ultimate price here. Snapfire ult being used to do a ton of damage. Ends up getting 2 kills here for 4Zoomers, and they're not done yet. Dubu wants to heal up Bryle. See the Nether Ward. Gonna have to be taken out before 4Zoomers can do much more, but they get those 2 kills.
Now they Rosh again.
Rosh is available.
No ultimate though, so Kostabiel is gonna take a lot of damage here. I think they can do it though. It's just hard. They can't really tank with the summons too much.
Yeah, and the Illuminate would just kill these Skelly boys as well. Yeah, it's not the fastest Rosh at all. And Z-Freak looking for the ward. He'll find it. He's going to get slowed, though. And there's the Primal Roar. So you can tell, obviously, not his usual hero. He is playing position 5.
Yeah.
It's just so weird. I mean, it's kind of cool that they can change positions like this. But
I think it's a Chen type thing. Because he's playing Chen this game, it makes more sense.
And 4Zoomers smoking, despite being down in numbers. See if they can capitalize by the surprise factor.
It's not a terrible time to fight. I mean, they've got Radiance on Alchemist, so if he can get in the fights in a good way, it's good. They've got Chronosphere after all. Smoke breaks for Gunner, though. Oh, he gets caught.
Telekinesis from so far away. And the Avatos, and that is a big, big kill for TSM.
That's not just Telekinesis, that's Time Walk. He's got like Time Walk Shard, basically, with the range. He's going to chase all these guys.
Yeah, Moo attempting to TP out. Ooh, will get out, just barely though.
So a very huge Amoon there, able to grab Gunner, set up the disable, and now 4Zoomers on the back line. They're not looking so hot right now. I mean, Kostabiel does have net worth advantage still, but I think the thing that really hurt them was they had a slightly bad fight bottom. They missed the Rosh that they wanted to take. They didn't take either a convincing enough fight or have enough enemy hero kills that allowed them to take Rosh, and it got scouted. So it's like everything's just kind of gone slightly poorly for them so far. They haven't had a Chronosphere fight either, but at least Alk is farming quite quick.
Coddle's not that far behind though.
Yeah, it's too close.
Yeah.
Definitely too close.
Is this more Alchemist not farming as well as he should, or Coddle just being this freaking efficient?
Coddle farming way fast, definitely.
This is like a mini Alchemist for their team, as he has an E-Blade, 9 minutes faster than average.
It'll help.
That is a lot of amplify magic damage, but BKB is now online. for Costa Bile. That is a
Radiant's top tower is under
very
attack.
important pickup considering the magic damage output that TSM has to go with. But of course, Roar will go through.
That should help.
And we'll see if he ends up going for that shard to dispel. I mean, he does have the BKB, so maybe not so important.
Yeah, not the most important at the
Maybe
moment.
once it gets lower in duration.
Usually you end up buying a Sanjin Yasha as your second item when you play Alk. At least is the common way to go. I totally understand why you need a BKB, and Helm of Iron will give him some survivability, so Sanj's less important, but it does amplify the regen that you get from your ultimate. That can be certainly worth it. But now that he has BKB, maybe he doesn't feel the necessity. But there are still like BKB piercing disables and things like that that he'd have to worry about. So I feel like he still might want to do it. I think one of the other things that's hurting him a little bit, because he never bought Soul Ring, he's not really spamming Acid Spray as much as he could have. Like I said, I like Soul Ring Bracer because it like stabilizes you and gives you unlimited mana for a very long time in the game. I wonder if you just have a little bit more net worth if he had gone Soul Ring.
Moon sets it up with a telekinesis on a Husky. Avalanche just clips him, and that's going to be enough. Saberlight getting credit for that. And again, it's a 1k lead for TSM, but it's against an Alchemist, so I'm not sure what that would translate to after the currency exchange and whatnot. What is Alchemist going for these days?
I mean, he's supposed to be worth a lot more value, so this means the Alchemist dollar is weak at the moment,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
it seems so.
Yeah. Oh, he's going to get gold from this ward kill. Oh, that feels good.
Wow.
Plus 24. Incredible.
With a buyback from 4 Zoomers, I mean, this feels like it should be an obvious smoke. Moon Meander able to deny the rune and blink out to safety.
Gunner's going to have to go in first. Because they don't have blink on Alk. That's another item that I usually like buying in the mid game, because otherwise you have all this net worth, but it's hard to utilize it. It's one of the big
We
issues.
haven't really seen like, we've seen one chrono this game, I think.
I don't even remember.
I think we had, I mean, we definitely had one. I think that was the only one, though.
And then they go for these smokes. TSM anticipates it, dodges the fight. Alk has to go back to farming, because if he's not farming, it just feels like a huge waste of gold on the board.
Yeah.
So he goes back.
Tomato ends up blinking in, and that is a dead Z-Freak. But again, just a position 5 here is Moo. Ooh, all right.
He's checking. Ooh, good steal once again.
Indeed. He doesn't have Shard for himself, though.
It doesn't matter. He's got 250 cast range, or 225 from Aether, and 250 from Arcane Supremacy. So like once he gets Shard, it's going to be like the
Global?
whole screen. Actually global, yes.
That would be something.
So his ability to initiate, that's what he's going for here.
Oh my. Very exciting stuff.
And yeah, Brawl over there split pushing once again. Getting an Aether Lens of his own so he can cast spells from a safer distance without being in trouble.
Yeah, is he actually going for SNY? No, it's something with
AC.
the Hyperstone. So
It's AC.
AC.
Yeah, he's got the other pieces partially. He's getting close. Once he gets AC, he'll make his team survivable against the physical damage from the TSM side. It's going to make his DPS a little bit better too.
And really, we haven't talked about Moo at all this game.
Yeah,
He went for Hood first, so no Lincolns.
true.
Obviously, it doesn't have to worry about the setup with the
I think
Links this time around.
Lincoln's would have been better this game. There's Primal Roar, clearly.
He doesn't care about Primal Roar, apparently.
TSM trying to force the fight here. Tiny's blink in a good position. He's in biz.
Triceratops scouting some things out. Moo just really feeling the pressure of needing to get these big chronos now. And really, all the follow-up damage with the chrono is going to be that Snapfire ult.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Costa Bile kind of leading the charge, just burning down these creeps ever so slowly. Saberlight gets off the roar, though. Illuminate to follow. E-Blade as well. Costa Bile does get off that BKB and the ult, and is going to regen up to a pretty high degree, but they've already lost their Void, so Moo and the stolen Snapfire only gets 2 procs. But with no Chronosphere available, this fight is done for 4 Zoomers. They end up losing the Alchemist as well, and the rest of the members on the run. Gunner will be able to TP out. Could have been a lot worse, but that was definitely not good.
Yeah, it was definitely really rough. Seafreak gets caught as well. Could have TP'd, but stuck around for some reason. But pretty close to as bad as it gets, though. They just played in that no man's land for too long there. Halfway engaged, thinking like, we're tanky, we're in the front. But what really hurt him was the roar comes the exact same moment that Tiny hits the back line here. And the blast was already going, so tons of damage, even with the ulti there from Chen. they weren't able to keep him alive. And Costabile had some time here with the mech heal. He throws the stun to interrupt the Mortimer's Kisses. That part was really good. But once BKB runs out, he just got cleaned out on the retreat. So live game Moo getting slightly aggressive here, but these other two heroes still dead. No way they can take a fight just yet.
Yeah, I feel like there's just too much pressure on Moo to get a big Chrono. That's like their only initiation. That's why I was expecting like a Battle Fury Blink, like the old battle build for Alchemist, because then you have a lot more options, like a lot lower cooldown initiation.
Yeah, whenever I don't go Blink when I play Alchemist, it just feels really bad. It's like, oh, you farm really fast. If I get the chance to right-click people, it's really strong, but it's not as important as being able to gank.
Yeah, Moo, I think he's time dilated and solar binded and solar crested, and the avalanche into the toss. He is dead. It's going to be the trade for the Rubik, as Husky is going to be found out as well. So 2 for 1 in favor of TSM.
And TSM just runs around as 5 or 4 and split pushes out waves. And
this tower is still alive. What is this? Tomato ends up finding Gunner, pops the BKB. Gunner able to cookie to the low ground. Gets E-bladed. He's going to tick out to this soul. Nope, he actually lives. It ends up dissipating as Z-Freak buying a little bit extra time for his mid laner. But no, they don't have vision.
He's breaking their ankles.
Yep,
okay.
He's trying to juke around the fog of Roche, but this makes TSM get reminded that there is a Roshan, in fact, that they can kill.
Costabile now queuing up Blink Dagger. But,
okay. Yeah, but they're at quite the deficit now. 6K lead for TSM.
In some ways, you kind of want to get Blink before BKB in my experience, but that's pub stuff. Hard to say at a different competitive level. Because like, it's not so much about just DPSing, it's like, I want to blink in 4 seconds stun a guy and be tanky and high regen, and then we kill that guy, whether it's a support or maybe a core. It just, but if you're playing like this kind of defensive, like, yeah, they've got good heroes for it, but then Alchemist just doesn't feel that strong. You want to farm, you want to like get kills and then use that death on the enemy to farm like crazy. And then you get another kill and use that death to farm like crazy. But they can't really take straightforward fights in an easy way right now. One other thing that's a little weird about Radiance this game actually is that Netherward's actually going to reduce the damage. Reduces spell damage by 25%, so the Radiance burn is going to be only 45 instead. Maybe another reason that right click might have been better. But again, there's also a decrep, so if you want all physical, then I'd say, yeah, decrep counters him, you know? Maybe you should do on Radiance. I don't know. But I can't help but think that, oh, he actually sold his Helm of Iron Will. Not too surprising, actually.
He doesn't need it anymore.
It really, I don't know if he needed it all game, to be honest. I really wish he would have gone like a Bracer Soaring build, genuinely. I think it's better.
I think if you buy something like that and then you change your mind, instead of just tunnel visioning and still buying it, I think that's still better to keep your options open. Costabile and company. They find Bryle, and Tomato jumps in with the Avatars, and Moo is just having a really rough game. Costabile, oh, they have the Roar just in range. That cancels the TP. Let's have his ult going, but there's the Solar, or the Spirit Vessel applied, and that is going to be an easy double for Bryle.
He got Coddle up to like 6 time dilation stacks, though. Got him to like half HP from 1 time dilation.
Good effort. Good. I mean,
that was pretty good.
Since we've talked, has he chronoed? He just can't find an opening.
I haven't seen a chrono this game. You said there's one.
There was one earlier.
If I don't see on a replay with my own eyes, I just don't believe it.
Could be thinking of game 1. That is possible. Z-Freak juking around the trees. Looks like it's gonna be enough to save his life. And man, Gunner got off to such a good start, but it's just falling off a cliff.
It really did.
Well, they're gonna go on top of Bane. He's gonna dodge a little bit of the damage, but the Illuminate takes him from half to none. Gunner pops a newly picked up BKB, looking for Moon Meander, attempting to TP out. Bit off a little bit too much to chew.
Luckily, his teammate had already died to Roar before, so he didn't have to get his TP interrupted. Oh, game's looking bad. Alk is barely matching farm with the Coddle.
Yep, and that's
my
a dead
God.
Faceless Void again.
Yeah, just the Void opening pick. They've just done a great job dealing with it.
How does Lincoln's work against toss? If it's a self-toss?
If self-toss, like if you're tossing the guy with Lincoln there, I think it just hits him. I think it just works on him.
Okay.
If you It used to be that if you toss somebody to the Lincoln's guy, it would stop the damage, I think. But
Yeah, there was some interaction. I don't know if they got rid of that or not.
yeah, it might be gone.
Either way, Tomato's going to be knocking on the doorstep. Does that make sense? The doorstep?
Yep.
Is that the saying?
Yep.
What does that even mean, though?
Radiant's
You know, there's like a concrete step. It's like a rectangle in front of your door.
Yeah, but why would you knock on that?
I think it's like he's on your doorstep, not
He's knocking on the door very loudly with a tree branch. He jumps in with the Avatos, tosses somebody away, though.
He's self-stunned.
Chronosphere is used, but 0 follow-up. And a stolen Chrono, a green one to boot, onto Tiny as well, so maybe not the best of uses either way.
Well, he's alive.
Yeah, Tomato's actually getting right-clicked
He's
down.
owning.
That's the Aegis, goes to Bile.
No stun target, though.
Yeah, he's going to have to self-stun himself. That was a double negative. Tomato ends up finishing off Alchemist in South. 60 seconds, no buyback. TSM pretty much can do whatever the hell they want.
You know, that could have been a lot worse. Like, it was already catastrophic. There was a stun on Elk.
It could have
then
been
he
Armageddon.
self-stunned. Then he got chronoed, but he was still alive. Got to fight a little.
Oh, all right, and we see the Dagon. I believe that's on Brile, if I'm not mistaken. So much magic damage. Moo is dead. No Chrono. He is of no use. That is a dead bottom Rax. And TSM look to be potentially just finishing the game right now. I don't see why not. They are up by a lot. Illuminate comes in, and that is another kill going the way of TSM as Tiny can take buildings pretty fast, so I've noticed. And that tree will decimate the Ancient, and that'll be the end of the series. So TSM take it 2-1 after losing game 1 in very surprising fashion, but these last 2 games are more what we expect from TSM.
Yeah, they were. I think one of the big difference makers this game is they just had much better like stun layering coming from the TSM side. Avalanche plus toss means tons of stun disable.